Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league settings. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. He's currently third in the NFL in passing yards.
It's the Saints and the Buccaneers next on EA Sports.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you...
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Bucs getting ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Baker Mayfield leading him out in his second season as a Buccaneer and his 7th overall.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, you see the numbers in last week's game for Warren. 22 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and 2nd in black and gold.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Now Carr. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. To throw, it's Carr. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Here's Carr. incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The kick by McManus is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 9. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Mayfield looks to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
3rd and 19. To throw, Mayfield. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines are raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The Saints offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The challenge flag is out. Todd Bowles not pleased with the ruling on the field, and he's going to ask the officials to take another look. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They run it again with Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. To throw his Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Carr. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. The kick by McManus is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Throwing, Mayfield. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Mayfield to throw it.
A quick pass here has got Shepard.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Mayfield.
Got his man. It's Warren. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Here's Mayfield. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from capturing the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting 3s, and you're coming back and getting 2s, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Carr. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Kamara up the middle. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. A 3rd field goal of the first half. Not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. Carr going to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. Here's Carr to throw. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by McManus is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. A look at Sterling Shepard as he and this offense gets set to go again. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Mayfield down. It's hauled in by Shepard. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Mayfield. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you could almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Shepard will go in motion right. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
A handoff for Warren.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Now a run with Warren.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Shepard will go in motion right.
2nd down and goal. Mayfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field. Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Yeah, he's got it. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand.
The Saints offense and Derek Carr ready for this next possession. I mean, he's been solid here in the early part of the season, currently ranked in the top 5 amongst NFL quarterbacks in passing yardage.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And managed to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd down and 8.
Now Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. trying the left side with Kamara. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. They work now on 2nd and 9. Now it's the veteran Jamal Williams. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. From the gun, it's Carr. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Carr maybe with a free play. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Bucs now. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man complete. It's Warren. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Mayfield looks to throw. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Running left, it's Warren. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
To throw, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Throwing, Mayfield. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now a 2nd and 10. In motion right, one of the tight ends. Mayfield to throw it. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is it something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now a 3rd and 6. Carr now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw is Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Back to Kamara for another catch. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2nd and 10. Olave motioning to the left. To throw, it's Carr. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2nd and a couple. Carr. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Carr going to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing now is Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's knocked away and incomplete. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. A touchdown pass there for Jalen Hurts. For the Saints, this is why they signed him. They got a strong performance from their quarterback, Derek Carr. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
And he returns this to the 22. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Now Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Here's Carr. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Carr. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Carr again. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator. When we clip out the box score, nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw with Carr. His throw incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Gets past, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Here's Mayfield. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Mayfield looks to throw. Got his man. It's Warren. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go. Second down. In motion left. Godwin. Now Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Evans. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Shepard will go in motion right. To throw, Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll run it. Warren.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And the Bucs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Warren trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Mayfield down. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Demario Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing, Mayfield. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Out to the left, that's where the tight end Moreau is. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now a 2nd and 2. On play action, it's Carr. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
To throw his Carr. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Randy Gregory able to record his 5th sack of the season.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Working from the gun, it's Carr.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Carr now to throw. Wilson snags it left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Warren. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. In motion left is Wilson.
And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand it Kamara.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Mayfield to throw it.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Mayfield. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Now back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Back to throw here.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Here's Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's the 2nd down and 6.
They'll look to throw again. It's hauled in by Shepard. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down. Mayfield looks to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd and 7.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
That is caught.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Chris Godwin
from 4 yards out.
And the Bucs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here's Carr to throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 23. And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
Now this is Shepard on the catch. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
In motion left, Godwin.
To throw, Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
From the gun, Mayfield. Flushed out right. And some space here.
And Mayfield will have a 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
They're going to look to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mayfield down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
This is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year.
And the Buccaneers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A give. This is Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw his car. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
136 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
They run it again with Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Mayfield to throw it.
He'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Mayfield.
This ball complete to Trey Palmer.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the 40 now on second down, Mayfield.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And again, it's Mayfield.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Mayfield now from the 50. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So it's a win here for the Saints, and it was Derek Carr, Charles, who was really the star of the show.
Yeah, just a tremendous game throwing the football. Over 400 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes included in that total. And he really just dissected this defense from the opening kickoff to the final gun.
So for New Orleans, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.